Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video to get updates on all our new stories. Once upon a time in a faraway village, there lived a happy and friendly dog. The dog had a loving owner who took good care of him. The dog was well fed and had a warm place to sleep. He also had a big bone that he loved to chew on. The bone was big enough to share, but the greedy dog did not want to do that. One day while the dog was chewing on his bone, he heard a knock on the door. He stopped chewing and went to the door to see who it was. At the door, the dog saw a little mouse. The mouse was small and thin, and the dog could easily eat him. But the dog didn't do that. Instead, he asked the mouse, "What do you want?" The mouse said, "I heard you have a big bone. Can I please have a bite?" The dog looked at the mouse and then at his bone. He didn't want to share his bone with the mouse, so he said, "No, this is my bone and I don't want to share it." The mouse was disappointed, but he wasn't giving up. He said, "Look, if you let me have a bite of that bone, I will tell you a story that will make you laugh." The dog liked that idea. So he said, "Okay, tell me a story and then I will give you a piece of my bone." The mouse agreed and began to tell a funny story. The mouse finished his story and the dog laughed. Then he said, "You promised me a piece of your bone." The mouse said, "Well, I told you a funny story, didn't I? That's what I wanted. Now go away." The dog got angry and started to growl. The mouse was scared, so he ran away. The dog felt proud of himself because he chased the mouse away. He thought, "That little mouse won't bother me again." But a few days later, the dog was chewing on his bone when he heard a knock on the door again. He went to the door and saw the same mouse from before. The mouse was a little bit bigger now, and he was carrying a cheese with him. The dog was surprised and asked, "What do you want?" The mouse said, "I know you love bones, so I brought you this cheese. If you let me share your bone, I can eat the cheese." The dog didn't want to share his bone, so he said, "No, this is my bone and I don't want to share it." The mouse was sad, but he didn't give up. He said, "Please, Mr. Dog, just let me have a bite. This cheese is for you." The dog thought about it. He liked cheese, so he said, "Okay, you can share my bone." The mouse was happy, and they both started eating the bone together. The dog ate his part of the bone very quickly, but the mouse took his time. He ate slowly and enjoyed every bite. After the dog finished his part, he looked at the mouse and said, "Hey, it's my bone. Give me back the rest of it." The mouse stopped eating and said, "No, we agreed that we would share it." The dog started to growl, but the mouse wouldn't give back the bone. The dog kept growling until he threw the bone out of anger. The bone landed in a nearby river. The dog was sad because he lost his favorite bone. He jumped into the river to try to find it, but it was too deep and he couldn't find it. On his way back home, the dog saw the same mouse swimming toward a piece of land in the middle of the river. The dog barked and asked, "Hey, mouse, where's my bone?" The mouse said, "I don't know. I found this bone in the river and I thought it was yours." The dog was happy when he heard that, and he asked, "Can I have it back, please?" The mouse said, "Of course. Here you go." He pushed the bone toward the dog. The dog took the bone and started to lick it. It was a big bone and he was very happy to have it back. The dog ran home with the bone without even thanking the mouse. The dog's owner was sitting in front of the door, and when he saw the bone in the dog's mouth, he asked, "Where did you get that?" The dog didn't answer. He just went inside and started chewing on his bone. The dog was so happy to have his bone back that he didn't even notice that his owner was sad. The doggy's owner couldn't understand why his dog didn't share his bone with the mouse or thank him when he got it back. He felt sad because his dog had become greedy. The next day, the dog's owner took him for a walk in the forest. While they were walking, they met a hunter. The hunter was tall and strong, and the dog was scared. The dog's owner noticed that the hunter was looking at his dog and asked, "Do you want to buy this dog, sir?" The hunter said, "Yes, I need a dog to help me hunt, and this one looks strong." The dog's owner couldn't believe it. He loved his dog and didn't want to sell him, but he needed money, so he said, "Okay, here you go." The dog was scared when he saw the hunter take him away from his owner. He tried to run back to his owner, but the hunter held him tight and wouldn't let him go. The dog was crying and didn't want to go with the hunter. When the hunter and the dog arrived home, the hunter gave him food and a place to sleep. The dog was still sad because he missed his owner. He didn't want to stay with the hunter, so he ran away. The dog ran away from the hunter's house and hid in the forest. He was scared and didn't know what to do. He missed his owner and his old life. After a few days, the dog was hungry and thirsty. He couldn't find any food or water, and he started to get weaker. He thought about how good it was at his old home. He remembered the big bone he had and how happy it made him. He also remembered how he had chased the mouse away and how his owner was sad because of it. The dog felt bad because he had been greedy and hadn't shared his bone with the mouse. He also hadn't thanked the mouse when he got it back. The dog decided to go back home. He walked slowly because he was weak, but he was happy to be going home. When he arrived, he saw that his owner wasn't there. He looked around and saw a note on the door. The dog couldn't read, but he could understand some words. He saw the word mouse and bone written on the note. The dog was confused, but he followed the note to the forest. When he arrived at the clearing in the forest, he saw his owner and the mouse. They were sitting together and eating a big piece of cheese. The dog was happy to see his owner again, but he was also sad because he had lost his home and his bone. His owner saw him and called, "Here, boy, come here." The dog ran to his owner and licked his hand. The owner was happy to see his dog again. He gave him some water and some cheese. The dog ate the cheese and drank the water. He was so happy to be back home. Then the dog's owner said, "I'm glad you're back. We were worried about you." The mouse said, "Yes, I was worried too. I thought something had happened to you." The dog was surprised that the mouse was worried about him. He realized that he had been wrong about him. The dog felt bad because he had been mean to the mouse. He didn't want the mouse to be sad because of him. So he said, "I'm sorry I was mean to you. Can we be friends?" The mouse was happy to hear that. He said, "Of course. I love to be friends with you." The dog and the mouse became best friends. They played together every day, and the dog never forgot that it's important to be kind to others. And that's all for today, friends. Please subscribe to our channel and like this video to get updates on all our new stories. Thank you for watching.